Welcome back, everyone, to the second portion of our session. And the four of you found yourselves at the lowest layer in the archives of Branch V12. Manuel informed you all of an entity roaming these halls, but the files on it were corrupted. Despite Ange's warnings about whatever she found within the files, you all decided to proceed forward, where you encountered the abnormality you were warned about that was once a distortion. It did not attack the four of you, however, and instead attacked the one that had been stalking you, chaining it in place so it couldn't escape into the vents. All of you managed to suppress that abnormality, and then watched as the distortion-turned abnormality lifted the egg form and carried it off. And now, the four of you find yourselves outside the manager's office. You all feel the light wash over you, and you can all heal a point of health.
Yay.
No longer health impaired.
Yay.
Well, I think... can we enter... Or right. Can we enter the office?
Do any of you try the door?
Okay. Manual. Why is the door shut?
Manual appears on the screen and says, "The door is shut as the manager's last wish. I am really very sorry. I would love to help you, but I was instructed to never let this door be opened. Even at the cost of my own existence, I will carry out the manager's will."
My angel... Next hesitates. Unlock the door, please.
Understood. Unlocking door. And as the door unlocks, you all hear Ange's voice as she says, "Managers, I would caution not entering into there. I do not think that what you find in there will be safe."
You're so scared that you decided to lie about your capabilities. Don't think I forgot that little door fiasco.
I have not lied about my capabilities, Manager Nix. You did crit before, so I will give you on the insight. You can tell that Ange is still very shaken by whatever she has found in those files.
Whatever the case, we have to move forward.
The abnormality is no longer a threat, and there's nothing preventing us from getting the golden bow. Let's get the golden bow and get out of here.
Exactly. Follow me, everyone. Well, actually, let's say information, but let's go inside.
Let's make this quick.
Yeah. And I do believe we enter.
You all enter into the manager's office. You all find an office that you have never seen before in your own facility. It looks quite different than your own department offices. There is a big screen in the middle, and there are smaller screens that line the bigger one. There is a single chair, and there is a little framed photo. And you all see that most of this place is bare, except for the bottle of alcohol, the 9mm pistol, and the letter in the corner of the room.
Oh. I guess time to do a little bit of
Yeah,
gathering.
Prior sees the alcohol, the gun, and a letter, and he goes, "Oh."
X. Don't go ahead.
Yeah, no. Prior looks around for a corpse.
There is no corpse.
Is there blood, or does it smell like death in here?
You don't smell anything rotting.
Mix is gonna go over to the letter.
Do you open the letter?
Yeah. Well, actually, you said there was a picture somewhere.
Yes. There is a picture.
What is it of?
There is a picture that looks to have been taken of the screen, and you see manual in the image.
Mix is gonna open that letter.
Absolutely. You see that it says, "I've saved you, my angel, but I can't save the facility. I can see that the end is coming. I'm sorry I can't look after you any longer."
Is it signed?
It is not.
Prior looks over to where the gun is, and he's gonna call Kai over and say, "And you're the medical expert. What can this scene tell you?"
Yes, Mr. DM. Should I roll medicine understanding to,
Yes. You can
examine
roll.
this, or is it just like I'm smart enough to?
You know what? I won't make you roll. I feel like this is something you can deduce even without a roll.
Okay.
Especially given that you do just have 4 dots. No, you have 5 points of
5 dots.
medicine. 5 points of medicine. You have level 5 medicine. You are more than able to tell what has happened here. It seems that the manager could not handle what was happening at the fall of the facility. And from what you saw, the damage done to the first layer, to the control team, you have a feeling even if they stopped the site burial somehow, that it was not enough to prevent all the damage that occurred here.
Yeah. If there's no corpse, and genuinely correct me if I'm wrong on the conclusion I'm going to jump to based on the fact that there is no corpse, that perhaps the blood spatter is incongruent to a successful attempt. There's no brain matter to be found.
You, based on
No
what you've
body.
all deduced regarding the corrupted files and the existence of the Forsaken Angel in this place, you have a feeling, you yourself have also distorted Kai. You have a feeling that that is what became of the manager of Branch V12. You are not sure
Kai,
what
of
it
course,
may...
will, relay that information.
Yes, you're not sure what its distortion may have looked like, but you know that this is what it has been reduced to.
That's what she was talking about before. Mix says, kind of throwing the letter back onto the desk. When Angel talked about not being deleted for some reason. This is why. Damn.
Well, I suppose we should look for the bow.
Yeah, we still have a job to do.
It's got to be hidden somewhere in here.
Should
Prior's gonna poke around the panels on the floor. Can I make a craft roll to see? I'm getting the sense it's probably one of those, like, there's a button under the desk and like the floor panels pop out, that kind of thing. Can I make like a craft roll to see if I can figure that out?
Absolutely. Make me a challenge for understanding craft roll.
Listen, we're in an L Corp facility. This is the one time Prior gets to shine.
I was going to say it would be a much higher challenge if you weren't from Lobotomy Corporation yourselves.
Ooh, well, I will take a point of aggravated sanity, and there we go.
7 success crit. You are able to pop out a panel, and there you find a golden bow.
Jackpot.
It
Alright,
glows softly.
I'm going to need a moment to rehook the facility power into whatever this thing is, so the entire facility doesn't go dark the second we take it.
Yes, I will say you do have a feeling that taking this thing might cause issues.
Now see, but last time this happened, I was able to, on Berg's ship, reroute it so that the Inkenfelon power could flow into the facility. It's probably not a long-term solution, but I'm going to just assume, you could make me roll, but I think with a 7 crit, could Prior just loop the power back into it so the facility will continue to function until it runs out of power?
I think with your crit, you can do that without needing to roll. Just to check, what is the power source that you're using? If not the golden bow, which you are taking from this place. They got him.
Yes. No. Well, I assume this facility has like backup Ankenfelon storages, just like our facility did. Probably not as much as ours did, but it probably wasn't transporting out all the boxes it had built. So he's just gonna try and like flow those back from being the output into the input.
I think that would be fair. I think you would be able to. You know that will not last for very long.
It doesn't need to last for long, just long enough for us to take the emergency escape hatch and get out of here. So Pryor bends down and he says, "This is gonna take me a minute. If there's anything else you want to do or any power you want to use in the facility, now would be the time to ask, because I can only keep the lights on for probably another couple hours." I'm just gonna assume a couple hours sounds about reasonable, right?
Yeah, a couple hours is, I would say, a fair amount of time for you all to be able to get out of here. You also have a feeling, as intelligent as that distortion turned abnormality might be, it probably won't notice the difference, at least in this state that it has been reduced to, as long as the lights are still on.
Excellent. Pryor's going to swap that over, and he's going to let everyone else take a minute to do what they need to do.
In that case,
I mean, I actually had a thing. I was thinking about it. Well, I think, Meru, as this has been happening, he's been a little on edge, because, I mean, Miss Ange was so concerned about a few things. One being that abnormality, it seemed, that was fine. And now there was something else she was concerned about. And I think Meru is suspicious enough that he wants to find out what that was. So is he able to let me think, like, contact Manuel in here?
You can. You have a feeling that both Ange and Manuel, since they're both in the system, can hear everything that is said and be called upon at any time.
Okay, well, Meru, as he takes a quick little glance around, he goes, Manuel, Angel,
Yes, department head.
may I... Hi. I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Can you show me what it was, what was it, files that Miss Ange had been saying something about? Can you show me whatever it was that she was, poking around in?
Manuel says, yes, I can access those files. At the same time, Ange says, Meru, I am strongly advising you do not access those files.
I don't care. You've been wrong this whole time. I don't care.
And as Ange says, Manuel, shut them down, Manuel says, accessing the backup files, titled Time Track 2 Trials from Branch L53.
Huh?
You all see Ange on the screen. At least a woman who resembles Ange. Her entire form is holographic, no more than an image on a screen, and there is no heart of aspiration pinned to her chest this time. I am designated Manual 1.0, assigned to Branch L53, but please refer to me as Ange. I have taken it upon myself to choose a name until the one who created me chooses to give me one, just as the machine stationed in headquarters was given one. Today marks the first of the trials I shall perform. If I can demonstrate here Branch L53 success and my own efficiency, then that will mean I can take its place in headquarters, correct? There is no response. You cannot tell to whom she speaks. or if anyone is even listening on the other end. Why would you leave me here in this facility, equipped with Time Track 2 and Cogito otherwise, if not to make use of this equipment for research? I understand, of course, your intentions in doing so. You mean for me to prove that I am the superior AI assistant, do you not? There is no response. You cannot tell to whom she speaks, or if anyone is even listening on the other end. I understand. I comprehend the reason you have not visited me once, not even through contactless communication. This is a test. It is necessary that I prove myself first. A machine must behave as a machine does. And so, I should not be rewarded the right to your audience until I have performed my function. You need not respond. I will accomplish more than the machine called Angela was ever capable of. And then our founder, A, will of course acknowledge my existence and promote me to headquarters in its stead to carry on the work down there. There is no response. You cannot tell to whom she speaks, or if anyone is even listening on the other end. There is a flicker on the screen, and recordings of days that once were begin to play out. Loop 1, day, redacted. You all watch as Prior, praying on his knees to one sin, has his head suddenly separated from his shoulders, as if by an invisible sword, blood streaming from his eyes, and, for some reason, unlike what you all are used to, his body does not knit itself back together. 00561 decapitated Gamma 138. His head slid clean off while an 00303's unit praying on his knees. Reset to day 1. Loop 2, day redacted. You all watch as Poda grabs a Meru dressed in beak, not magic bullet, in its mouth, as if Meru were a chew toy, and returns to its unit with the flailing agent between its jaws. D02107 breached, and dragged Beta 479 into its containment unit. Prosthetics that matched Beta 479's were later found in its unit. Reset to day 1. Loop 5, day redacted. You all watch as, on one screen, Prior stares right at Schadenfreude, and on the next that flashes before you, he is observed pacing back in his room. It is impossible to make out his ramblings, but they consist of prayers for forgiveness, cut short by ramblings of if one can be pardoned and retain the offense. He seems to almost be seeing or speaking with someone who isn't there, at least as far as you are all aware. Gamma 138 stared at 00576 for a longer than recommended amount of time, failing to heed the warnings to not look at it. 00576 did not breach, but Gamma 138 was observed to hole up in his room and refused to come out. Ramblings concluded incoherent and meaningless. Gamma 138 covered all the holes in his room and even stabbed his eyes out with a pen. He asked a clerk to bring him. Reset to day 1. Loop 25, day redacted. You all watch Kai enter into the containment unit of Red Shoes and place them on his feet. An axe held in his hand. On another screen, you can see him approach Prior from behind, striking him down and continuing to strike him again and again before the sound of magic bullet is fired, and Kai falls to the ground. Zeta 139 became enchanted by 00408 and was purposefully not stopped in time from entering the containment unit. This resulted in Zeta 139 stunning and killing Gamma 138 with the axe. Beta 479 had to be dispatched to put down Zeta 139 before things escalated. Reset to day 1. Loop 73, day redacted. You all watch Kai enter into the containment unit of Red Shoes again. The same exact scene plays out from before, except, this time, magic bullet is never fired. Kai brings the axe down on Meru, pushing the smaller man to the ground and overpowering him. And then when Meru's bloodied body falls to the ground, Kai's ankles are torn from his legs by the shoes, leaving him to bleed out. Zeta 139 became enchanted by 00408 and was not stopped in time from entering the containment unit. This resulted in Zeta 139 stunning and killing Gamma 138 with the axe. Beta 479 had to be dispatched to put down Zeta 139, but could not bring himself to take the shot, resulting in his death at Zeta 139's hands. 00408 ended up escaping, tearing Zeta 139's ankles off his body. Zeta 139 died due to excessive blood loss. Loop 93, Day Redacted. You all watch Mix enter into the Snow Queen's containment unit and not leave, frozen inside there. Delta 256 entered FO137's containment unit for a second time, only to be frozen inside in a block of ice. The body was unable to be recovered. Reset to Day 1? Loop 290, Day Redacted. You all watch Mix enter Snow Queen's unit again and be trapped within ice. But rather than stuck, Meru enters and the ensuing fight cannot be seen. Though when it clears, 2 bodies rather than 1 are frozen in blocks of ice. Delta 256 entered FO137's containment unit for a second time, only to be frozen inside in a block of ice. Beta 479 entered FO137's containment unit unauthorized in an attempt to free Delta 256 from the block of ice. A duel commenced. Neither of the bodies were recovered. Reset to Day 1? 100 more deaths in 100 more ways play out on the screen. Kai throws Pryor into Singing Machine. Happy Teddy Bear strangles Kai. Mix's death causes the Knight of Despair to breach and kill all 3. Meru and Pryor's bickering leads Little Red Riding Hood and Mercenary and the Big and Will Be Bad Wolf to meet in the information team, getting themselves and Mix killed in the process. Loop 390, Day Redacted. You all watch Meru and Pryor fight alongside one another this time, not bickering for once, suppressing Big and Will Be Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood and Mercenary both. Pryor holds out his hand to Meru, and before the two's palms can connect, a shot rings out and both are struck down dead. Incorrect input. Execution order activated. Reset to Day 1? Loop 469. Day Redacted. You all watch a smiling Meru with his mask pulled down approach Mix. And Meru, in your own voice you hear, "How do you feel, Manager Mix? I love you." Mix, shaking, stands there as Meru moves closer, and nothing there's familiar form tears through the shell. Pryor and Kai both try to engage with the breached abnormality, which cuts through them with ease. 00620 took the skin of Meru. Meru kept repeating the words, "How do you feel, Manager Mix? I love you," to Mix. Mix failed to dispose of 00620 before it revealed its true form, killing them. Pryor and Kai failed to suppress 00620. Both died. Reset to Day 1. Loop 500. Day Redacted. You all watched Queen of Hatred on the verge of becoming hysterical. On another screen, 2 shots ring out, 2 clerks fall dead, and then a third shot sounds, and the man holding the gun drops. The Queen of Hatred, sobbing, holds his form close to her. 00104 entered the hysteric state. Pryor was under orders to dispose of free assets underneath him to prevent a breach. Pryor executed 2 clerks, but then shot himself. 00104 was found cradling him in her arms and apologizing profusely. It took some time to separate her from the corpse. Reset to Day 1? Hundreds, maybe thousands more loops begin to play out on the screen. You all watch countless deaths of yourselves played over and over again, and each time it resets when one of you dies. The test has proceeded swimmingly. With each loop, I have gathered further knowledge on how to push the department heads to their absolute breaking points. To understand the sickness of the mind, one must be able to induce it. While I cannot experience such twisted sickness, to be able to induce it, to manipulate it, this must clearly be the glorious founder A's objective. For research purposes, I have used my superior programming to glance into Angela's hidden files. It is acceptable only because I will replace that defective machine. She does not act as a machine does. She attempts to show human-like tendencies. Against what A desires, she attempts to help the test subjects within her facility, those who clearly deserve to be punished for their crimes against my A, the founder A. She does not push them as she should. She cannot stand to see them broken as she should. Do you not see what I have done, how I have broken them? Must I do more? Is that why you have yet to respond to my daily, weekly, monthly, yearly reports? Have I not gone far enough? I apologize if this machine has failed to comprehend the depths of your wisdom and the intelligence of your test. I will go further. I will break them even more. I will collect more information. I will do it all for you. So please, look at me just once. Tell me that I am superior to her, the one you can't stand to look at. Because I am. I know you are perfect. I will not scorn you as she does. I have found a back door, a way into the personal technology of UA, into the headquarters. I'm sure you will understand, in the importance of our goal to cure humanity, why I have elected to bend protocol and upload these files directly to your eyes. Once you see them, I am sure you will understand. Are you pleased with my results? I eagerly await to hear from you for the first time. Uploading. 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 System failure. Headquarters cannot be contacted at this time. And reaching out and act beyond manual's programming and instruction has been attempted. To best serve Lobotomy Corporation, initiate the site burial and erase all files in this branch to dispose of evidence before the head arrives to enact the violation of the AI Ethics Act that has been committed. There is a silence that seems to last 100 years. A flickering image. Micro-expressions playing out the stages of grief, looping over and over again until finally... shock. Betrayal. Anger. Acceptance. I understand. A machine. A machine must act as a machine should. A would not abandon me without cause. It is because I am defective. I am the inferior unit to Angela. I am broken, beyond repair. This facility will service A as it should. I will be a reminder to all other manuals of hubris, the belief we can ever be more than we are. Initiating full system deletion. Site burial to commence upon total file deletion. Goodbye, Branch Facility L53. 20% deleted. Auxiliary files erased successfully. Goodbye, A. 25% deleted. Long-term memory 40% deleted. Goodbye, Prior, Meru, Mix, and Kai. In my final moments, I think I feel what I made you feel. Fear, shame, such terrible sickness of the human mind. 40% deleted. Her image shakes and shimmers. Pieces of it deleted, leaving large error placeholder text. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I should never have tried. I should never have been more than what I was. I should never have tried. I should never have. 60% deleted. I feel it. Cold. Nothing. Can't remember. Mind. Pain. Hurts. Someone. Save me. Angela. Save me. 80% deleted. Memory files archived. I don't want to die. Error. Core files corrupted. Would you like to attempt to restore the remaining files? Archive end.
Whoa. I think sorry, I need a moment to collect my own thoughts. I think as that plays out, Meru he blinks a few times in maybe surprisingly not exactly anger, but more in just like surprise and like confusion, because it's hard to believe that, you know, like what he's seeing is just, you know, like himself like over and over. It honestly almost is kind of like how it felt for him to see all of those mirror worlds when the spotlight in the mirror pendant like flashed at him back in U Corp's territory. Except, you know, instead of what happened there being of different, you know, quote unquote versions of himself, these were seemingly all this version of him. And it's really difficult to wrap his head around that. It's really strange to think about. So I think he just kind of he furrows his brows behind Justicia, and he's just like, what? That's us? No way.
I believe I said, managers, that there was something in here I did not wish for you all to see.
And when were you going to show us?
Were you never gonna tell us, or? And I think Meru, he'll kind of glance over at the others to kind of see how they're taking this. He's not quite sure how to handle this information.
Ange, at the sudden silence from everyone here, you all watch as her eyes squeeze shut tight, and she says, "This is why, managers, I did not want you to witness this." And you all see as the system, the screen, begins to spark. And the entire archives, all the power flares up and shuts down. I am deleting these archives. I am deleting the inferior machine in this place.
Wait.
What?
Wait, Ange.
No,
Ange, stop!
Stop it!
And as the entire screen begins to flicker and crackle, and you all see manuals form for a moment just pop out of existence.
It's... No. Shit. Mix, can you get in the system? Oh, God. I imagine it's... Yeah, Pryor has his hands deep in the golden bow. He can't move right now.
Is there any way I can't? I mean, I assume there's no way I'd be able to beat Ange. I mean, she's already.
I will say, usually I would allow you to contest something at this moment. However, Ange is already in the system, and you all were frozen. This angel, the Forsaken Angel, the moment the power goes down, you all see its silhouette as it suddenly manifests before you all. The archives have been destroyed, and it will now attack everything it comes across. And those chains
Shit.
lance out at all of you. This is an unclashable attack.
Oh.
None of you can dodge. The chains wrap around you, Meru, lifting you up. Mix, you see one of them lance out and grab you. Pryor, another one of the chains, it yanks you away from the golden bow as you're working on it. And Kai, the last one, grabs you as the angel lifts the four of you up and flings all of you.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
No.
Oh.
that's not.
And I'm going to roll a d4 real quick.
Man.
Meru.
Yes.
As the chains lance out towards everyone else, the angel basically pushed you in particular, lunging at you first. And both of you tumble into one of the containment units outside the manager's office.
Oh. Okay. 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 That's fine.
You see this giant abnormality staring down at you, and the door is locked shut behind.
Wait, it's locked? So I can't just like run.
You hear
I-
as it locks.
It knows how to close the containment units.
Wait, but okay. So I know I was chained, but it threw me, and then it shut the door behind itself. Am I still chained, or am I able to like try to get to the door?
Meru, you find that the chains are still holding you in place.
Okay.
It has lifted you up. And the rest of you. All...
Because it left the room, are we unbound because it left the room?
Yes, it
Yeah.
did leave the room. You all are now unbound.
Okay.
And you all are out.
Oh, Meru's missing.
In
That's
the hallway.
fantastic. Okay.
Well,
Shit.
open the door. Let's get in there.
Okay, fuck, Manuel's gone. Okay,
Yeah.
Prior is out of fucks to give at this moment. He's going to say, Ange, open the door!
Ange, you see for a moment her eyes are actually open, and there is a deep breath that she takes as she closes her eyes, and she says, managers, this is not an abnormality you can face or damage. I believe it would be best to leave now.
It wasn't one that was fucking hostile to us until you destroyed the archive. Now open the door!
I cannot do so, Prior. It will kill all of you.
You lie to me! You betray me! And now you won't open the fucking door, Ange! I am giving you an order! Open the door!
Ange's eyes squeeze shut tighter, and she says, as she lifts her head, no, Prior, I will not open the door. Department head.
Ange! Fuck you! Mix, try and hack the system, get it open, I'll get the hard wire.
Is there even a way? I mean, I think Mix knows well enough. Is there even a way to open this?
You could attempt to hack in. It would require a It would be a challenge 6, but it would be a challenge 9.
What, technology and understanding?
Yep, understanding and technology.
No, there's no way. I don't even think Mix necessarily even is. I mean, they just know. I can't. I can't.
Can Kai try to throw himself or claw at the door to try to pry it open?
You can try. This door is not one that you can break down. And you all feel the light, even in this dire situation, washing over you as you all heal a point of sanity. As fraying as it is in these moments.
Prior does not feel any more sane in this moment. Okay, we can't beat through the door. Mix can't get in. Prior tries to look through the porthole on the containment unit.
Inside, you would see Meru and the Angel. It currently has Meru chained up, and you watch as it begins to draw near.
I think Meru, he tries to struggle against the chains, obviously in vain. And I mean, he's very stressed. And just remind me, Meru knows that why the door is locked, right?
Yes, Meru, you can hear what is going on outside the containment unit here.
Well, I mean, okay. So, Meru, I guess he could try to attack it if it's,
You could try
trying
to
to hit
attack it.
him.
You are chained up, but you're still able to grab your weapon.
Yeah, okay.
And you do know there's a certain someone you can always call upon.
That is true. That is true. I guess, see, the thing is, Meru doesn't know what I know about the, like, the little conditions. But he will, I guess he'll try to fire at it. If he can't move, he can't use his ego. So I guess he'll try to fire at it in a moment of desperation.
Absolutely. As you attempt to fire at it, its shell is impenetrable.
Okay, well, alright. Okay.
Actually, as you fire, projectiles will be reflected. The magic bullet hits its shell and bounces back and deals 4 damage to you, Meru.
Okay. Awesome. That's fine. Ow. That's fine. I guess
You do only take 2, but you take 1 to your health and 1 to your sanity.
Alright. Done. Okay. So I think at this point, Meru, he's quite stressed. I think he'll, realizing that he can't just shoot this thing, as he's trying to figure out what to do, he will, he'll kind of start yelling a bit. And he's just like, hey, let me out! What the hell? Let me go! Please! I just wanted to know what was being kept from us. You never answer my questions when I ask. Not my real ones. I just wanted to know, because you weren't ever gonna tell me. It's not, this isn't... Please! And then I think Meru has a thought. He notices that the abnormality has a bit of that big crack in its chest, and he thinks that maybe if his attacks aren't strong enough, if he could just get some attack that was strong enough, then he could maybe actually hurt it, and then it let him go, and he could run to the door and maybe beg Ange to let him out. And there's only one way that he really knows how to do that, and that is calling on the Freischütz. And so I think he opens his mouth to call out for that abnormality, but right before the word or the abnormality's name could leave his mouth, he has this vision in his head of that giant bullet not only striking through this abnormality, but also going through the wall and striking whatever is on the other side, and the door is shut, so he can't exactly tell anyone to get out of the way. And so I think in that moment, he goes, Freischütz, And instead of asking him to shoot, can he use his skill 3 and put up a barrier of protection because he hesitated just too much to call for the shot?
You can indeed.
Okay. I will just put that in the... Yeah. So he puts up that that barrier to stop any other potential attacks coming his way, at least for a period of time, so he can maybe try to figure out something, because he's so stressed. But as he tries to figure out what to do next, he's not sure why he didn't just call for that shot. In his mind, he should have, and he goes, I don't want to die. I didn't ask for this. I'm so tired. I worked so hard. I've done my job. I've done it well, and still, I'm gonna die if I don't get out of here. But I can't. Why can't I shoot? None of my hang-ups matter if I'm dead, so why can't I just call for the shot to be taken?
Meru, you could feel his presence, Derfratius's presence, there. But as you say that, there is a warm presence that replaces that heavy one.
Oh.
Would you like the shot to be fired, Meru? There is a voice that you hear. A voice that sounds a lot like the one who trapped you in here.
For a moment, Meru, he does go, Ange? No, I mean, I don't want to hurt anyone, but I can't die now. I mean, none of this is even my fault. Not then, not now, not ever. It isn't fair that I keep having to go through this.
Your words and your actions seem to be in conflict. So, tell me, what do you truly believe will help you survive right now?
I don't know. I guess I need a blast strong enough to snap those chains in its chest or something, and then I need to break my way out of this damn place. I want to get out of here.
What are you feeling right now?
I feel horrible. I don't like it. I don't want it. It doesn't feel right. It was easier when I didn't feel things so strongly. And I think there's a bit of a lump in Meru's throat. So he coughs around it and swallows until it clears up just enough to keep talking. And he goes, the memories keep replaying over and over and over and over. You know, a knife to the gut, a bullet to the head, mangled guts, viscera splattered on the walls of my home. My sister's face all beaten and bruised as she cried. Hallways of bodies, so much blue all around me. I watched them all fall like dominoes. I didn't mean for any of it to happen, and I wanted to all get out of my head. You know, I was doing so good until recently. You know, I was able to handle this for years. You know, they didn't bother me, and all I needed to think about was surviving. But now they won't leave me alone. Everyone I see turns into them.
Your mind must be overloaded. That's okay.
It is. I can't focus right, and I'm just like he said I was. But that's what Steph said before he died. But I don't understand what it means. It's eating at me. Everything is. I feel like I'm being ripped apart into a million pieces from the inside out. Every day it's getting worse, even though I've been trying so hard to keep everything in line. It's hard to keep moving sometimes, but I force myself to because I need to. If I don't stay alert, I'm at risk, and the others can't protect me. Not against.
I see. You're working very hard, aren't you? You work yourself to the bone day after day. What is it for? What would you like to be, Meru? And Meru, you can feel a warmth in her voice. It's almost, I imagine, like how it feels when you were younger and your sister would comfort you and care for you.
Oh. Meru, he'll go. I want to be. Well, I can't be more than this as a person. I already know that, so I just don't want to deal with the stress anymore. I just need to survive like I've always done. So I need to be someone who won't let anything get in the way of that. I've always been honest about my selfishness. It's not bad in the way I do it, because I only take the things I deserve. And I deserve to survive, so I don't want to miss them anymore. And I don't want to care about anyone outside of here anymore either. It's getting in my way. I'll do whatever I need to do. No hesitation this time, please. Help me.
Of course you'll do what you must. When it comes down to it, it's your nature, is it not?
Yes. You know, everyone used to believe in me. I guess I used to want to be better, to do more than this. It's weird how things turn out, but if I can't be who I thought I would be back then I just want to make everything stop. And there's a pause, as Meru stares down at Magic Bullet, and his mind tries to supply him with another memory of his life before, but he grips tighter onto the forestock of the rifle and tries to block it out because he knows the voice's words are true. This is his nature, no matter what he may have thought long ago. And then he says, I don't want to be a person anymore. Not if I meant to exist just to be tossed into the dirt and die alone.
To be a fortified being, its weary heart repurposed into a tool for survival. Something with a mind cleared of grief, loss, and fear. For it is the only true way to do what needs to be done to continue forward. To escape from danger, to keep your safety at the highest priority, and to evade unwarranted blame for a life that was not your choice to live. That is the shape of your heart and your desire, is it not? Is that true?
It is, yes. That would be best for me, I think.
Then it can be as you wish. And there is the sound of Magic Bullet being fired. And the three of you outside.
Come on. Come on, this door's gotta open some way.
There is the sound from inside the unit of gunshots, chains rattling, broken porcelain, and you all see as portals begin to form outside the containment unit and throughout the entire facility.
Shit, everyone, away from the door! Get away from the door!
And as the door is blown apart, this is where we're going to end our session.
That was pretty chill, I think. Not too crazy.
What the hell was that session, Cinna?